Hello everyone, Joshua Hayes at BigWaveTrading.com, and there is so much to go over review from the past week. I can't believe it was a holiday shortened week. It literally felt like it lasted 1 month and it was only 4 days. That's wild. Just absolutely crazy. And following Friday's session, it was a decent session for the SPY, but if you notice, there's just a lot of weak closes after strong opens minus this 1 day. And even here, you've got a wick at the top, reversal doji, and I it's impossible to not be bullish with the IWM and RSP, and they're still fine even after today's pull well above the 21 EMA. But while it is nice to see the QQQ lead today, the SPY still looks a little heavy, and so I just expect a lot more chop. In fact, I'm starting to think it's almost like 2015. If you don't know what 2015 was like, I recommend going and reviewing the year chart from January 1st to December 31st for the SPY, and you'll see how that kind of went. But right now, to me, it's all about the metals. This is the space is obviously the sector I like to focus on. And, we do have some long trades out there on. We got PL, we have RKLB on the books, but that's another situation. I am long so many different stocks right now. It's insane. And it's because I'm not getting my grade A setups on a technical alone basis or with a fundamental technical combination or with a catalyst technical combination. So it's making for a tricky market. And we have had a lot of good winners. But we also have losers, and just to let you know, I'm going to review a new long position at the end of the video. But just to show you that not everything works, we tried ALAB above this high, and so far it's squatting back below the 21 EMA. So I'm getting out a half immediately for a 6% loss. And BKTI, I tried this breakout right here, and you can see today coming back into the base. BKTI is space related, and it's not working. And of course, ALAB, everybody knows about the earnings per share and sales growth of this AI powerhouse, and it's not working. But what continues to work? The one sector where my focus is right now, metals. And on that note, ASM. This was recently. So our first all-in trade after going 100% cash in the speculative portfolio was AEVA, and today that is also a 50% in-a-day sell signal. But it did move up 20%, and once anything on my end moves up 20%, my final stop on the final piece is break even, and that is what happened this day right here. Knocked me out completely of the trade for break even, starting to break down today. But this was a LiDAR 4 Catalyst event, AEVA with NVIDIA, or I forgot who already. Wow. NVIDIA or Tesla? Whatever. Whatever it was, it has now rolled over. So that was a big catalyst event. No go right there. So, it does happen. We do fail. But our very next all in trade was ASM, and ASM has worked beautifully. And following today's session, I already took 10% off at the morning for profits. I'm going to take another 10% off for a 32% gain. And then USAS, beautiful signal off the 21 EMA. This is what I'm talking about right here. Look at that volume truncation, max green bop, relative strength line trending above its moving average. And this is how you want them all to work. They don't always work like this, but this is what I'm shooting for whenever I take a technical trade combined with a theme. That's a 65% return in a very short period of time. So you take that 6% loss in ALAB, you take that 5% loss in BKTI, you add it with the gains in USAS and ASM, not doing too bad. But I'm also long ORLA from this signal right here, and that's a 29% gain. Also want to take some profits off the table with this. But here is the condition that I keep running into with this market. When I do identify a grade A catalyst in a stock that I want to completely load the boat in, I'm just not getting my setup. This hammer candle should be completely reversed, where the tail is on the bottom, the close is at the top, the open is at the bottom. Instead, I have to wait to here to get in, and while it's working, it isn't producing the kind of gains that I would think it should be producing if the market was working the way that we'd want it to. The biggest and most disappointing miss is MU. On this day, I identified it as grade A earnings release. She even got that big, huge volume surge, but once again, the candle is wrong. I'm looking for an inside hammer candle, and this one just barely misses it. So I have no position in a stock I had identified as a potential huge runner, and MUU is up 144% since that day, and I have nothing to show for it. DBI, a recent earnings catalyst name after this day, was hoping for an inside candle or a pullback entry. It just keeps going. But while this one breaks down now from its nice base, I'm long IRWD. Now with this one, I messed up and completely missed this hammer entry. Don't know why. I assume that whatever scan I put this in, which is my Catalyst continuation watch list scan, I forgot to look at it this day. But it gave me a hammer candle buy on this day. Went long, worked immediately, already have taken 10% off. So far, so good. But once again, another non ideal entry. Did this wick hit the 21 EMA? It sure did not. Was there a volume surge on their day? There wasn't, so it just becomes very difficult. ISSC is another one. Since day one, looking for an inside hammer candle or some kind of consolidation for a pop out of it. Nope, just keeps going. And then most recently, a stock that I do have a position in, TMC. On this day, it was awarded what I would consider a grade A catalyst. NOAA gave it the rights to do deep sea drilling. Beautiful chart setup. We went long. TMC, unfortunately, the buy stop was 826. Limit offset, it decides to gap up the next day. So I move my limit to 830. Luckily, 829 was the low of the day, got filled, and now it's working higher. But that being said, it still should have opened lower, came up and through. And normally, if the tape was super good, like we had back here, this is an all-in trade for me, TMC. But as of right now, it's just a 1R risk trade for me. It's got a 15% gain, and that's pretty good. Actually, I'm going to probably lock in 10% in this one too, just because AEVA showed me that it can reverse. Now, it's not a metal stock, but TMC looking good still, but want to go ahead and lock in some profits. So what do I actually like that happened this week? Well, sentiment has pulled in on the AAII survey and the NAAIM exposure index. We've come down from 97 to 96 to 88, so at least we're working in the right direction there. We still have stocks that I also like in the AI data theme. Wolf, let me bring this over from the monitors. We've got Wolf, Cypher, cores. So keep an eye out on this one. Hut is our leader. We'll see if we can't get a really good entry there. APLD, I have a buy stop on the books above this high of the day. I'm thinking about, since it's splitting hairs, I'm not thinking about it. I am going to take this buy stop that I have here above 39.50, and I'm going to put half above 39 at 39.01 and half above 39.50 at 39.51. But I really like this, and this had an earnings catalyst event back here. So it has that earnings catalyst event, APLD, and Hut has the catalyst event with its gigawatt factory initiation. So there's still some good looking charts out there, but like I said, my focus is metals. You got PLG today, look at the heaviest volume ever, ERO, and we actually gave this one to members on this day here, and it is working out beautifully now. MTA is another great one, SLI, and URA. And by the way, URA is a prime example of what I continue to have in this market where I can't get my grade A setup. So once I have a theme in my radars in a catalyst event, I just can't get that entry. There's RCAT right here. So after this day, RCAT, I know for a fact, I want this one off the 21 EMA, or I want it to get near these highs and then build a handle lasting at least 5 days. Nope. You just keep on going. TDY was another one. After this day right here, I'm now looking for a 21 EMA retest or get up near the highs, form a handle. No go. PRE was a recent potential buy here, but I have it being a little too wonky on this day. Nice follow through day, but I got my balance of power going the wrong direction. Rattle strength line doesn't look strong enough to me, and I'm missing out on this. So this is a very choppy market right now. You're going to miss plays, but that's okay. We'll see if these can set up for me. So USAR, it's now clearly building a cup. I want a 21 EMA or I want a handle. Will I get it? I don't know, but that's what I'm looking for. CRML, 21 EMA or a handle. I'm looking for one of the two. I don't know if I'm going to get it, but these three stocks I'm reviewing are on my top focus list. METC starting to build a cup, 21 EMA retest, or a handle as it gets near the highs. So METC, CRML, USAR, top focus names for me right now in this space. And then if you just want to keep it simple, URA, same similar situation, 21 EMA or build me a handle and I'll get long. Also, by the way, THM, beautiful session today. Look at this volume surge. Look at the BOP surge. Look at the relative strength line. I think that this is going to probably go in my speculative long portfolio. Beautiful setup. Right sector, right theme. Will it work? I'm not always 100% confident because I believe that this one is Cayman Islands related, so you just never know. But I like this theme. I like this theme. NAMM and HYMC are the only two low float gold stocks. You see what HYMC is doing. You just saw what NAMM did this week. So this will continue to be my focus. Now, my one and only new long position of quality is RY. RY was a recent earnings winner, nice gap, and it has performed well. It has moved up further, had earnings in December, did great following this earnings day too. So it's in my earnings winner watch list and it's in my cancel 'em scam because it has a 95 composite and a 90 EPS rating. The relative strength line, this is good. It is downtrending in the short term, but the 21 EMA is still barely, it's flattening out, but it is still moving higher a little bit. Nice BOP surge today, nice volume surge today, truncates the previous volume bars, and it's a pocket pivot point signal with a hammer right off the 21 EMA. Like I said, can't guarantee it works, but what I want to do is I want to put a buy stop above 169.94, get long, risking 1R to 166.15. So this will be a 1R trade, and based on where the buy stop is to where the low is, I bet you this is going to be about 20-25% of the account is going to be able to put into that. And that would get me near fully long in my main swing account. But we'll see if RY triggers. What I find the most amazing about everything is that RY, I know it's Canada based, I know it's metal related, but I wanted to see if it's really, how, where is it related regarding the metals and mining theme? Simple AI search or query, I guess you could say. I asked it, what is RY's relation to the current metals and mining theme? Um, Beautiful report was given to me in 1 second. Would have taken me at least 4 hours to complete something like that in the past. So we went over a lot today, but there's been a lot going on in this market. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, everyone.